Hey, co-reporters, welcome back to my channel. Listen, it's World Cup night, so I've got to go soon to cheer on. Listen, I'm cheering for France because I live in France, but I'm also cheering for Morocco because they're the first African country to make it to the finals like this. So it's going to be a good night either way. Who are you cheering for? Are you watching the World Cup? Other than that, let's get into this story. So the drama between a Spice Girl Mel B and her ex-husband, accused grifter Stephen Belafonte. Stephen is begging the courts for an emergency hearing because he wants Mel to start um, being tested for alcohol. He's saying that she is constantly drinking around their children, and their children are being very, very disturbed by this behavior. And he wants, oops, my stuff is falling out, my broom. And he wants for the courts to put a stop to this alleged behavior. I don't know why it's not loading right now, but that's very odd. Anyway, it's not only just the drinking that he is complaining about, the alleged drinking, because we don't know. This is just him making allegations. He's also saying that she's constantly walking around naked in front of their daughters, and that their daughters are telling her that they're uncomfortable, and she continues doing it. And then she takes it a step further, which we are going to get into. So they've got a daughter named Madison, and she's younger than their other daughter, Phoenix, and it's mainly Madison that he is concerned about. So he's saying that he wants the court to stop Mel from being under the influence of alcohol or any substances, which, quote, substantially impairs her ability to care for Madison. And his lawyers put in the motion that in many of Madison's communications with Mel is demonstrably intoxicated, slurring her speech and speaking in the distinct manner in which Mel speaks when intoxicated. This has gotten to the point where Madison has felt the need to call Mel out. So apparently the daughter has told Mel, listen, what do you, like, your mom, you're drunk. What's going on? Like, stop it. It's scaring me. I'm sorry, y'all, my Swiffer just fell. Anybody else? I've got two Swiffers. So they continued on to say that Mel exposes her nude body to her young daughter, Madison, including but not limited to entering Madison's bathtub, walking around her without underwear, or attempting to sleep in the same bed naked with Madison. I'm sorry, but no. I don't like that, you guys. That seems very weird, right? Like, it seems as though, listen, if your daughter tells you that she is not comfortable with you being nude around her, why would you continue doing it? And moreover, why would you get into bed with her naked? Why would you get into a bathtub with her naked? Why would you do any of those things? Mind you, her daughter Madison is 11 years old, so she's more than old enough for this to make her uncomfortable and for her feelings. I think I didn't need to age their, you know what I mean? Like, for her feelings to be seriously taken into account here in this court situation, for it to be very, like, I know that some parents say, listen, like when they're like 2 or 3 or 4 or whatever, they don't know any of this stuff. So it's fine, like, to, take a shower around them or to do this or to do that. But at 11 years old, I think if your child is telling you stop it, you should probably freaking stop it. But at the end of the day, remember, these are all allegations. This is all alleged as of right now. Stephen Belafonte is asking for an emergency court hearing so that all of this can be sorted out in court. So for now, we don't know if this is even true or not. But I will say that these allegations, in my opinion, are quite disturbing. I would not at all be happy with my mom trying to get into bed with me naked at 11 years old, or getting into the bath with me, or all this stuff. It's very odd, very, very odd. So they're saying that Mel inappropriately entered Madison's bathtub naked and on several occasions cuddled naked with Madison, spooning her in the same bed that Mel shares with her partner. Putting aside the unexplained nature of Mel's conduct and the need for further inquiry into Madison's concerns. When Madison complained before about Mel's habit of walking around the home with no underwear and with her privates exposed, Mel reacted by laughing and continued to do so. Listen, to me, this sounds like the behavior of someone who's struggling with substance issues. So in my opinion, it kind of leads credence to his allegations that she's got an alcohol problem, or something else kind of a problem. You know what I mean? If what he's claiming is true, then I do believe that about the nudity, then I do believe that there's something deeper going on. I don't believe that a sober Mel B would do this to her daughter, like completely disregard her feelings and like her boundaries and stuff like that. I don't see her as that type of person. To me, she's not a malicious person at all. I think that, you know, she might be struggling with something, if any of this is true. Remember, we don't know if it's true. Stephen says that the daughter has reached a breaking point when it comes to Mel's quote unquote bizarre behavior. Madison is in a state of panic and utter refusal to see her mother. So this is about how Mel is supposed to see Madison in the UK later this month. But mind you, Mel is saying, well, this is weird because I have not even been around my daughter since August. So now I'm supposed to finally get to see her, to spend the Christmas holidays with her. And you're putting all this out there. You're trying to put an emergency stop to it. That's suspicious. And in that regard, I would say, you know what, Mel B, that is a little weird. That is a little suspicious. But, you know, because if he did feel this way and these things were happening before, why would he not have brought this up like much sooner than right now? The timing is very suspicious. I will have to agree on that. So she's fighting back with her own allegations. Like they are both mudslinging on both sides. He's saying that Stephen has also frequently left Madison with caretakers when he parties, gathers with associates, attends recording sessions in studios, and engages in other activities at all hours of the day and through the night. Stephen does not inform me of who Madison's caretakers are, where Madison is while under their care, and how long Madison is in their care. It's troubling to me that I have no idea who Madison is being left with for several consecutive overnights, especially when Stephen is out of state. Well, again, Mel, you said yourself that you have not been with this child since August. So how concerned are you on your own side that you haven't said anything about this up until now? I don't know. Honestly, they both seem to have serious issues at the end of the day. And the only people who lose in situations like this, unfortunately, are the children, right? One other piece of news, there's two other pieces of news, but let's get over to the phone issue. So Radar Online, by the way, is a source for all of these stories. I forgot to mention at the top of the video. They really are so good at catching these kinds of court filings. So they also noted that Mel B recently called the cops on Stephen Belafonte because she was trying to reach their daughter through the phone, but she couldn't. So she suspected that something was happening to her, or that Stephen was not allowing her to get in contact with her own mother. So, you know, it kind of makes me wonder, is that a result of her kind of trying to fight back after he put out those allegations of her having an alcohol problem, or her forcing her daughter to constantly see her nude, to cuddle with her nude, to do all of these other things? You know, you do have to wonder, because again, the timing is very, very odd in these things that they're doing here. And now lastly, Mel is also asking, she's saying, listen, oh, you're accusing me of having an alcohol problem? Well, let's get into you and your alleged DRUG problem. She claims that she's got a video of him snorting. And as a result of that, she would like for him to submit to random testing. And she's fighting back against his claims of her having an alcohol problem, saying, listen, I have been submitting to random drug and alcohol tests for a while now, or I did before during our divorce, and I have always come out clean. So now it's your turn. Are you projecting because you're the one with the problem, et cetera, et cetera? They really are just ping-ponging the allegations back and forth here, you guys. And again, it's ugly and it's sad for their kids, because their kids are old enough to be on the internet and reading these things, right? Like, I really do wish that they would work these things out through a mediator, but I digress. Their separation has always been ugly from the beginning, because I remember the stories. Like, he was accusing her of having like an addiction, an intercourse addiction, and doing all sorts of odd things. And then she was accusing him of being a grifter, making up his last name. Apparently he's not a real Belafonte. He came up with that last name to kind of align himself with that family and kind of like, you know, mingle with the rich and famous people like Mel. She's like, oh, he tricked me. And then when we got together, he never contributed financially to anything. It was always on me, because he's secretly broke, even though he tries to pretend that he's this big shot. Like, it was ugly from the beginning. And unfortunately, it's going to be ugly until the end, right? Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about these allegations going back and forth. Do you believe that Mel B has an alcohol problem? Do you believe that she's doing all these odd things nude with and around her daughter? Do you believe that she's got a video of Stephen doing COKE. Let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. And as usual, we'll chat. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.